and then the monster escapes, and Frankenstein's like, oh, well, I guess that happened. Hello! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to talk about another literary classic. This one being Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. And let me just say this. I love this story. This was so different than I expected again. Because after Jane Eyre, like I liked Jane Eyre, but it did drag a bit and I wasn't interested in some parts, or some parts I was more interested than others, and Frankenstein being also a bit, I was afraid it was going to be maybe a bit dated, maybe a tough read to get through, but let me tell you, it really wasn't. It was so engaging, so great. What did I write in my notes? It was well written, it was fast-paced, which I liked. At one point I was kind of confused because, spoilers by the way for the story if you haven't read, but I highly recommend you read it. So at one point when Victor actually makes the monster, it's like suddenly he made it and I was like, oh wait, where's the... He's alive!
He's alive! In the name of God! Now I know what it feels like to be God!
So I was kind of confused there for a second, but it was like I loved that it was just... Even though it's very much a character piece, it's very much the psychological journey that these two characters go through, so Victor Frankenstein and his monster, it's written in a way that's very eerie and mysterious and engaging with the reader, with me at least. Yeah, I loved it. Is it just me? Or is Victor Frankenstein literally the most relatable person ever? Because he fucks up, he ignores the problem until it either goes away or comes after his friends and family. I mean, same. But then the monster is also relatable. The monster Frankenstein slaps. He is this intellectual person basically, and all he wants to do is just to belong and understand why he's here on Earth, and if there's someone to love him, and why he was made so ugly so that people are scared of him. Again, same. Basically, the summary of the story is Victor Frankenstein creates this monster, escapes, and Frankenstein's like, oh, well, I guess that happened. He's like so unbothered by the whole thing, and then people start dying, and he's like, maybe my monster did this. Yeah, maybe. Then he fucks off to Europe with his homie Henry. Also justice for Henry. Justice for Henry, justice for Elizabeth, justice for everyone except Victor Frankenstein and the monster, kind of. But I did kind of get where he was coming from at first. So Frankenstein actually meets the monster, and the monster tells him, you are going to make me a girlfriend. Otherwise, I will kill even more people. Frankenstein is like, no, I'm not going to do that. But then he is gonna do it, but then he changes his mind again, and then he fucks off to Europe with his homie. The monster follows him. It's like, it's just this incredibly weird love story between Frankenstein and his monster. He just wanted his dad to love him, you know? Again, relatable. Not for me, but for other people, I guess. And then Victor, this iconic fucking character. Several times he is like thinking about, oh, I feel so bad. It's like I've done some horrible crime or something. You don't say. Like, this one line was really creepy, but it became kind of funny after a while because Victor kept repeating it in his head, and it was something that the monster said to him. The monster said, I will be with you on your wedding night, as a threat, I guess, but whatever that means. Like, throughout the like ending of the book, Victor was like, oh, he's going to be with me on my wedding night. Oh, remember he said I'm going to be with you on your wedding night. And Victor, being this like nice guy, dude, bro, he has to make it about himself, and he's like, well, he's probably going to kill me on my wedding night. He completely forgets about Elizabeth, forgets that she might be in danger. So poor Elizabeth gets killed. And then the last part of the book is just this manhunt of Frankenstein after this monster. And then I kind of fucking loved it. Amazing story. I love it so much. So to come to the conclusion, Victor Frankenstein running away from his problems until they literally bite him in the ass. Literally, wait, not literally. Until they bite him in the ass. Figuratively. I mean, maybe literally. A bunch of people die. Monster Frankenstein, also relatable. He's ugly and he just wants to be loved. And justice for Henry and Elizabeth and the other people. So, like I said, a great story. Really recommend it. And thanks for watching. I will be with you all in my next video. Bye.